Doja Cat, DaBaby, Lil Nas X. What do all these artists have in common? They've all seen huge surges in popularity from having their songs blow up on TikTok. With viral dances and trends propelling songs to the top of the charts not just on TikTok, but on Spotify and Billboard, artists are trying now more than ever to get their songs to go big on TikTok. Which is why 2 months ago, I came up with a plan to create not just any song, but the perfect song for TikTok. A song that would take every element that makes songs popular on TikTok and combine them all into one perfect song for TikTok and disguise myself as a fake artist to release it. Will the song blow up just as I suspected? Or will it all blow up in my face, ending in ridicule for making an abomination of music, a Frankenstein's monster of pop culture? This is the story of how I created the perfect song for TikTok. What's up, Greg, and welcome back to another episode of An Attempt. That's right, I'm gonna be making an attempt. I don't know if it's gonna work out, but we're gonna see. Guys, I wanna make a TikTok song, okay? That's not a song called TikTok, it's not a song about TikTok, it's a song for TikTok. Over the past couple years, countless artists have blown up on TikTok. And guess what? Daddy wants some of that clout. But now I'm wondering, is it possible to force a song to blow up on TikTok? That is what I'm going to find out today, or however long this takes me. Probably longer than a day. Because honestly, I've noticed that a lot of popular TikTok songs have some very similar things about them that make them so good for TikTok. Things like deliberately specific dancing instructions make them perfect for people like Charli D'Amelio and Addison Rae. One line of a song that can be interpreted a million different ways, so a bunch of people can make a TikTok with the same song but have a slightly different joke to it. I'm going to create the perfect song for TikTok. A song that has no choice but to blow up. A song that the biggest TikTokers in the world will be lining up to make TikToks with. Thus making the song one of the most popular sounds on TikTok, thus making it popular on Spotify, thus giving Daddy that clout. And I am saying this very confidently, knowing damn well that I have no idea if this is gonna work. In fact, the funny thing about this is I actually tried to make this video like 6 months ago in February, and I sort of got stuck because it was too hard, and I sort of forgot about it and gave up. But I think this time I got it. All right, so how many videos would you think I would need to be viral on TikTok? I guess that's what we have to figure out first. Like, what am I aiming for here? After looking at a bunch of songs in TikTok's own TikTok viral list, it seemed like the songs that go viral on TikTok had a huge range of the number of videos that they have, with some even going up to the multiple millions of videos. But the very lowest that I could find had around 69,000 videos. So I figured a good baseline for like the most baby, little, tiny viral song would be about 50,000 videos. So that's what I decided to go with. Let's say 50,000. I feel like that's still a pretty lofty goal, and I feel like I would be pretty darn impressed if I got 50,000 videos for my song on TikTok. And we might not reach the goal, but you know what they say. Shoot for the moon, and if you miss, at least you'll land among the stars. Or suffocate in space, I suppose. The first thing I actually had to do was write the song. Back in February, when my sorry ass tried to make this video the first time, I reached out to a few popular TikTok creators for some advice, and to see if they thought this was even possible. The results were mixed. Do you think that that could work?
Oh my god, that would work. So you got this.
I think that definitely could work.
I don't know.
Maybe. With your audience and following, possibly.
Nevertheless, they all had some pretty valuable insight about what makes a song popular on TikTok that would be absolutely crucial going forward.
You just need something that you can dance to, especially like stuff that says like, throw that ass back.
Keywords, ass, butt, throw it back. Throw it back. You need a dance to go along with it.
TikTok dances are the same dance, just in a randomized format.
So maybe if I made a song that was like the lyrics are just like a string of dance moves, people would just make a dance to that.
I honestly think that people would use that.
It'll be like the cha-cha slide of TikTok.
Yes!
One line that can be kind of used in a bunch of different ways.
Yeah.
I think a lot of beat drops say something that's kind of like quirky and relatable.
So another thing that I've heard is that like artists who want to blow up on TikTok will pay TikTokers to make songs with their TikToks.
I have at least 6 requests on my Instagram right now. They're like, hey man, can you make a challenge or something to my audio?
You have like 2.3 million followers on TikTok. How many followers do you have on TikTok now?
500,000, somewhere around there.
So I feel like if you made a TikTok with a song, there's like a decent chance that it could like become a trend, right?
Yeah.
I guess so, yeah.
So is that something you would consider doing, like taking payment to make a song or like a TikTok? Huh? Oh. Oh, that's so weird. There's $20 in the background here. Is that something that like you guys would consider if someone was willing to pay you for?
Oh, what is that? Is that a $25 Amazon
What?
gift card?
Oh my god! Is it? Is this like a 3-year-old $25 Amazon gift card?
Hold on, is that a Rainforest Cafe shirt?
Is that for me?
Huh? That's weird. How'd that get there? I don't know. Would you ever consider like if someone had like a bunch of money?
When you say a bunch of money, do you mean $20?
I don't know. It could be 20. Could be, I don't know, more or.
So 40? I'm starting to realize now you might have ulterior motives with this call, but...
Curtis, come on, man. We're friends.
I know, but it's weird. As soon as you started talking about my following and then paying someone to make a video and then you pan to the money on the wall, it's just all, okay, and now you're agreeing with me? Okay.
But even then, I still felt a little bit lost on where exactly to start. So I looked up the lyrics to all the most popular songs on TikTok, copied and pasted them all into one document, and then used that chunk of text to generate a word cloud. I figured this would be super helpful in writing the song since I didn't know what to write about. Plus, I really like this website. They had lots of cool shapes that you could make your word cloud, like a little cow cloud and a little ladybug cloud. I picked a gecko. Hope you guys like my word cloud. As you can see, I went for a gecko. Not for any practical reason, I just think it looks cool as shit. Especially since the biggest word on the gecko is bitch. Like it's just this gecko that says bitch on it. I think that's pretty tight. So I think there's some general themes that we can extract from this data. We got girls, we got booty, we got shit. Girls, booty, shit. Now that's a winning combination. All in all, I think this gecko is gonna be really crucial in writing this song. I'll be looking to the gecko a lot. If I'm stumped while writing the song, I can just look to the gecko like, what do I wanna talk about next? Booty? Of course. After I'm done shaking my booty, I can get to working and smashing, and that's a hit song. So I began the tedious process of crafting the perfect beat. I worked for days and days, crafting the perfect melody, making the drums slap in just the right way, mixing it until it sounded perfect, and I'm just kidding, I just bought a beat online. It was way easier, and it sounded better than anything I could have made, so that's what I did. Oh yeah. It was a slapper, to be sure. Then I fired up the auto-tune and got to writing. So I suppose the first thing we should do is the chorus, because that's got to be the catchiest part. Now we can try to come up with words for it. So this is like the first line of the song. I feel like in TikTok songs where the beat drops, there should be like an important line. It's gotta be something kind of badass that makes TikTokers want to be like, I'm hot shit. It could also be something funny and self-aware, and maybe people would like that too. What's like a relatable scenario that people would like to make TikToks about? A time that they fucked up, or like were a clown? I'm a fucking clown. Oh yeah, okay, wait, no. It could be kind of cool. Starting off with I'm a fucking clown sounds like it's gonna be a dumb song, but then like, what if it's like, but she wants to join the circus? Then it sounds kind of cool. Like, I'm gonna be a clown, but this girl, she's kind of a freak. She kind of wants to join the circus. Okay, so now I need to figure out something that rhymes with circus. Epidermis. Yeah. This is that dermatologist rap. We're talking about the epidermis now, baby. Curtis. So to maximize my chances of getting this song to be popular on TikTok, I wanted to include something in the song for every type of TikToker. Just absolutely squeeze every genre of TikTok into this one song that I could. Writing the song was a challenge, to say the very least. I was totally out of my comfort zone. I kept getting writer's block. Luckily though, I did have the gecko, which at the very least gave me some solid inspiration. Oh gecko, please tell me what to write next. Maybe I should say hoe at some point in here? Is that endearing? Is that cool? So what if I'm a hoe? You're not perfect either, sweetheart. I got booty, I got smash, I got pow, like pow pow pow. I'm gonna make her butt explode, like pow pow pow. All in all, writing the song took about 2 days. And the trickiest part was making a song that had all of these elements that would make it go popular on TikTok while still making it a cohesive song that like made sense and sounded fun and is catchy, hopefully. Then I just recorded a final version of the vocals and sent it off to a mixing engineer to get the final song sounding perfect. I'm a fucking clown, and you gon' join the circus. Getting that dance that she learned on TikTok, like clap and slide, elbow shake. She ain't tryna throw hands, she just throwing that cake. If your ex try and stop me, he'll be running home to mommy. Hold up, none of this lame shit, dude. I'm trying to rap. Bring the beat back. That's a glow up, what more can I say? All right, I've done it. I've created the perfect TikTok song. A song that will appeal to every side of TikTok. You cannot convince me otherwise. This song is the most TikTokable song possible. But now it's time for me to put my money where my mouth is, because I actually have to get the song to blow up on TikTok, which, you know what? Before I thought that writing the song was the hardest part because it took so long, but now I'm starting to think that this is gonna be really hard, because what are the odds that I'm gonna get my song to blow up on TikTok? That seems almost impossible. How many songs are released every day and how many of them blow up on TikTok? Maybe one, maybe not even one, maybe a half a song. It was pretty difficult seeing any clear path from releasing my first serious attempt at making a viral song to becoming an overnight sensation. But after a lot of plotting, I came up with a few strategies that I'm going to employ that you'll see in a bit. But first, I decided for all these strategies, it would probably be best if I disguised myself. Now you might be asking, why is that necessary, Danny? And also, didn't you already do this in a different video? You disguised yourself? And didn't a bunch of your followers figure out it was you like right away? Well, yeah, all those things are true, but this time is different, and there's a few reasons I think it's important. First of all, I do not want this song on my YouTube channel. I don't want to release this as me at all, because it sounds nothing like anything I would make. I don't want to post this for my followers and be like, hey, guys, this is the type of music I'm gonna be making now. What do you think? Do you like it? It's about being a clown and a hoe and shaking your ass, and honestly, actually, now that I think about it, it does sound like kind of a cool idea for a song. But since I didn't want to release this as me, the only other real option was releasing it anonymously, creating a fake artist identity to release it under. But also, I want this song to blow up because it's so TikTokable. Not because I made it and I already have however many followers and people just want to get in on a song that I made. So in the interest of not posting this on my own social media and making it fair, I gotta make a disguise. How to disguise yourself. All right, we got a WikiHow article. How to disguise yourself. Looking to disappear? Not at all. I'm looking to go viral. Method 1, changing your features. Change your hair. Getting a drastic haircut is the quickest way to look completely different. Wear glasses and sunglasses. Ah, it worked for Clark Kent. Oh yeah, it worked for the superhero in the fictional story. Yeah, everything about that was pretty realistic. I'll do that. Lighten or darken your skin to further confuse people. Probably not gonna do that. Men should consider dressing up or down in age. If you usually dress like a 19-year-old, consider how your father dresses and start taking cues from him. Okay, interesting. Could I try to make myself look like an older gentleman? That might kind of work. Imagine if you're scrolling on TikTok and you see kind of like an older man. That's already like a little bit weird on TikTok. You're kind of taken aback because it's mostly like youth. So then imagine seeing an old man and he's like, hey guys, check out my new fucking track, and it's this absolute banger. Oh shit, how to put together a good disguise according to the CIA. All right, this is gonna have some pro tips, I can already tell. The CIA has a number of ways to change someone's appearance, including full face masks, but simpler ways to completely change the face are dental facades and plumpers, which mask your teeth and even reform the shape of your face. What's a plumper? It can reshape your face? What is a plumper? The act of falling heavily. A plumping. Did people say that? When someone falls down? Whoop, that's a plumper. An object carried in the mouth to fill out the cheeks. Oh, interesting. So it can maybe give my face like a rounder look if I get some plumpers. Can you listen to my song on TikTok? So I headed to Goodwill to pick up some new clothes and start crafting my disguise, and let me tell you what, I was dripping. All right, this is my disguise so far. Camo shorts, of course, with they're like cargo shorts too. They got the cargo shorts pocket. Then I found this shirt that says common loon, and I feel like it describes me pretty well because I am a common loon. Do I look like a different person? I feel like this just looks like I have cotton balls in my mouth.
It just looks like your cheeks are filled out a little bit.
Okay. Now, because I'm not posting this song on my own account like I did with the Zayden thing, I wasn't super worried about people recognizing me since I'm posting this on TikTok with 0 followers. Just random people are gonna be seeing it, not exclusively my followers. And TikTok has 800 million users and I have 4 million subscribers. So I figured even if a few people recognize me, like percentage-wise, it's gonna be so little that it doesn't really matter. So I wasn't gonna get super fancy. I didn't want to deep fake myself, which would take like literal days for each video. I just got some new clothes, some cool sunglasses, and an epic fake goatee made out of real human hair. Oh yeah.
Nice.
I feel like I look like Waluigi. Wow, listen to my song. Okay, that looks kind of real, right?
Yeah.
Throw on the shades.
Oh my god.
I'm a different dude. The disguise definitely started to ease my hesitation about the song a little bit. I was worried the song didn't really feel like me, so the more I started to feel like someone else, the better it felt. Plus, I walked into another room and scared Laura because she thought there was a stranger walking around our house, so I felt pretty good about that. And now it's time to start strategy 1. A more recent song I saw blow up on TikTok was Curtis Waters' song Stunnin'. And the first time I ever heard the song was in a TikTok that he made where he was basically just dancing to the song and asking people to check it out. Over the course of the next couple weeks, the song went absolutely crazy. It became like a huge thing on TikTok, and that carried over to Spotify too, where his song now has over 100 million streams on Spotify. Daddy wants some of that clout. So maybe if I just asked people to listen to my song, they would. So off I went making TikToks where I basically just lip synced, danced a little bit to the song. My editor Christian filmed all of these, and in the end, I had 6 TikToks that I could release strategically throughout the next couple days. All right, so you're probably wondering why there's a baby in the back. Oh yeah, I also bought this baby. Let me explain why. I was a little worried that just asking people to listen to my song wouldn't be enough pizzazz to get people excited about it. But sometimes on TikTok, I see things go viral that are just like pretty normal videos where something weird happens in the background. It makes people want to comment on the weird thing going on in the background. They watch it over and over to see the weird thing going on in the background. All things the TikTok algorithm loves. So I devised a TikTok where I'm dancing to my song and asking people to listen to it in the foreground. But in the background, a baby falls out of a tree. It's the perfect amount of confusing and concerning. How did that baby get in that tree? How did he not notice the baby fall out of the tree? Are there more babies in the tree? All questions I predicted would absolutely flood the comment section of this TikTok. So, long story short, I basically spent 20 minutes throwing a baby doll up into a tree at the park. She's on X Games mode. Oh my god, that's so violent. It's kind of disturbing. Once I got tired of throwing the baby, it was time to get to work. I got the song ready for release and submitted it to Spotify and all the other streaming services, including TikTok. This is where I had to come up with an artist name. I didn't really know what to put for this, but I mentioned foxes twice in the song, so I figured maybe foxes are important to this dude, and I named him Fox Season. I also decided to make his real name Ned Flames, because I had to put that in like the credits of the song, and I just thought that Ned Flames sounded cool, so that's his name. Within a day or two, the song was up on TikTok, and I began methodically posting each of the 6 videos I had filmed.
Stunning in my gray Crocs. She a bad bitch, I'm a stone cold fox. Air Force One with the knee-high socks. Hitting that dance that she learned on TikTok. Like clap and slide.
All right, everyone, phase 1 is complete, and the results are unimpressive. Right now, I've got 11 followers. None of my TikToks have over 20 likes. We got 9 likes, we got 7 likes, we got 13 likes, 12, 19, 9, and that's it. That being said, I do have a couple of fans already. This guy said, I like it. This person says, sounds pretty clean. Is it on Apple Music? I also surprisingly already had some haters, or at the very least, some very confusing interactions. One person said this better be a joke, so I commented back, what do you mean? As in, what do you mean a joke? This is my dream. My name is Ned Flames, and music is my passion. I got another comment from this dude, Giovanni, and the first comment that he left was pretty mean, and I responded to it acting like I didn't know it was supposed to be mean, and then he actually deleted that comment and then followed me, and now comments nice things on my TikToks. He commented, is it on Spotify? He left this comment, which I don't really understand. He said, once more people that like your music see your videos, you'll get more famous. Oh, maybe he meant the more people that like your music see your videos, you'll get more famous. Which is, I mean, objectively true. The more people that like my music, the more famous I will be. Now here's the big rub. This is something that I suspected might happen if my song started to get popular. I did not expect it to happen with only like 11 followers and 70 likes on my page. But a couple of people, exactly one couple of people, 2 people, have recognized that it is me. One person said, sounds like Danny Gonzales, and another person said, is that Danny Gonzales? And then commented again on a different TikTok and said, that's Danny Gonzales, I know it. But with all that being said, I am still failing this experiment. So it's time to move on to plan B. Now it was time for people to really see how good this song is for TikTok. So I'm gonna milk it for every possible TikTok I can make with it. But since I didn't want to go to the park every time I wanted to shoot TikToks, I decided to get some more clothes, go to Walmart and get some posters, and turn our guest bedroom into Ned Flames' bedroom. Okay. What would make this look more like a young single man's room? Guitar. I added chords on the floor for realism, trash on the TV stand, and boom. It was perfect. Right before my eyes, Ned Flames was starting to become a real person. A person with hobbies, guitar, passions, with dreams. Anyway, I made some more TikToks.
Air Force One with the knee high socks. Get in that dance that you learned on TikTok. Like clap and slide, elbow shake. Like clap and slide, elbow shake. Clap and slide, elbow shake.
And check them out, they're pretty good. First, I just danced to the song like 6 times. That way I could release one every day, being like dancing to my song every day until it becomes a trend on TikTok. Then I did a POV.
Those Barbies, they walk around like zombies. I put a ring on it, and if you ex try and stop me, he'll be running home to mommy.
I did a glow up where I took pictures of me from when I was younger and edited goatees onto them so I would look like Ned Flames, and then all of a sudden, boom. I'm hot.
That's a glow up, what more can I say?
And of course, I had to do a video using the I'm a fucking clown line. So I headed to McDonald's and made a video where I pretended to get the police called on me for scaring the McDonald's employees.
I'm a fucking clown.
I did not actually scare any McDonald's employees. That whole thing was not real. I did get the Travis Scott burger though. It was just okay. All right, things are getting a little bit crazy. So the good news is my TikToks are really taking off. I have 486 followers. Some of my TikToks have like 4,000 or 5,000 views. Yeah, look at 4,300 views, 4,800 views. The bad news is that it's entirely because people have found out that it's me. For some reason, even though before it was only like 1 out of every 100 people recognized me, now it's like 1 out of every 3 people. So like all my comments are just blowing up of people being like, hey Danny, we know it's you, Danny. Danny, I have caught you in your lie. This was a pretty crazy development. TikTok started off just showing my videos to random people, just like whoever happened to be on the app at the time. But after a while, it seemed like TikTok's algorithm started to realize that most of the people interacting with my TikToks all had one similar interest, and that interest was me. My whole plan kind of assumed that the people who would be seeing these TikToks would just be random people who didn't know who I was, so they wouldn't look too much into the disguise, even if it looked a little bit fake. But at this point, TikTok, it seemed, was exclusively showing my videos to people who already followed me. It was so good at recognizing this pattern, in fact, that a few people sent me screenshots where if you go to the like suggested accounts under Ned Flames, it would show my account first. For a second, I thought that my shot of becoming a viral sensation was over. But just then I realized, wait, it doesn't matter. In fact, it actually seemed to be helping a lot. Because so many people were recognizing me due to either my voice or my ill-conceived disguise, people were commenting on my videos, sharing them, tagging people, clicking on my profile to see more. Even the Chicago Bulls mascot was getting in on the action, that nasty little freak. While people were interacting with my TikToks, thinking that they were putting a stop to my unhinged delusions, they were actually fueling them, causing them to show up on more and more people's For You page. And so they did. But there was still one problem. I was having trouble converting people from commenting on my videos to making videos with the song. It seems like all people want to do is comment. They want to comment because they want me to see the comment and they want me to put it in this video, but no one is making TikToks with the song. That's the whole point. I want people to make TikToks with it. I shouldn't say that. A few people have. There's 13 TikToks that I didn't make using this song. And they are people doing the dance. Like this one says, duetting this song every day until my boy Ned Flames gets famous. So that's pretty tight. This kid has made like 3 of them, which I appreciate. I feel like people right now think that this is just a video about me trying to disguise myself on TikTok, and they want to get in the video, so they're commenting. But what they don't understand is, if they do a TikTok with the song, there's a much better chance that they'll be in the video. I think the way to do this is to get back in my disguise and start duetting people who make videos with the song. That will tell people, hey, you gotta make a TikTok. So that's my plan now. I'm just gonna start duetting people who make TikToks with the song. Hopefully that'll bump up that number from 25 to 50,000. Yep. While I was cranking out these duets, I received a notification that made me stop in my tracks. It was a comment from a verified account, one with 1.9 million followers in fact, and he said he was really glad that I wasn't Danny Gonzales. And after I responded asking him if he liked my song, he said he was gonna duet it. This was my biggest break yet. An account with millions of followers was making a TikTok with my song. I was shaking, foaming at the mouth even, but I couldn't break character. I had to keep my cool. I responded, Okay, that sounds good. And just like that, a few minutes later, he posted his duet. And sure, he did directly call me out as being Danny Gonzales in the duet, but I had a plan for that too. I duetted his TikTok and covered up his text with some of my own. Right after that, things went crazy. TikTok's algorithm kicked it into high gear, dude, and my TikToks went from having a couple thousand views to 10,000, 100,000, 200,000, a million views. The most popular of them all became the glow up TikTok. Since I was using pictures of myself when I was younger, I wasn't disguised at all, except for the fake goatee. And that combined with my completely undisguised voice made it painfully obvious it was me. But to be honest, that didn't really matter to me, because people were making TikToks with the song, and what more could I really ask for? And sure, a lot of them were just to get my attention or in hopes of being in this video, but some of them weren't. A lot of them were like good original TikToks that got a decent amount of likes and didn't have any reference to me at all. This one's sitting at 18K, 29K, 65,000 likes. Now, to be honest, I don't know if any of these people recognized me or knew that this song was mine and were just doing it to be in the video, or if they just thought it was a sound that they saw other people using. We may never really know, to be sure. But I would bet that a good chunk of the people who saw these TikToks have no idea who I am, and probably just saw these TikToks thinking, oh, this must just be some popular sound that people are using now. And maybe that inspired them to make videos with it. Also, my POV TikTok got removed for violating community guidelines. I guess threatening to stab your ex's boyfriend is frowned upon on TikTok. And also, no one ever really seemed to care about the baby falling out of the tree. I put a lot of effort into that, and no one ever talked about that, except this one comment that thought it was a rotisserie chicken. Anyway, the sound kept rising and rising until eventually it plateaued around 1,600 videos, which is pretty good. But it still isn't 50,000, so it's time to move on to strategy number 3. Yeah, that's right, bitch. I paid people to use my song. At this point, the algorithm had kind of stopped pushing my account, so I had to take things back into my own hands. I had my management reach out to a ton of TikTok creators saying that they're working with this new up-and-coming artist Fox season. And before I knew it, I had a handful of unassuming TikTok content creators looking for some of that sweet, sweet cash. And all they had to do was post a TikTok using my song. So, was it worth the $2,500 that I ended up spending on this? Honestly, no. All right, all the TikToks that I paid for are posted. In total, I paid for 5 TikToks from a variety of TikTok content creators. Here's a quick breakdown of how that went. There's this girl that posts dance videos in an inflatable hippo costume. She has 400,000 followers. The video that she posted only got 1,500 likes. Then there's Alley Cat, who has 6.9 million followers. She used the "I'm a clown" line in the song to make a joke about burning a pizza. Her video got 8,000 likes. Nick Norcia has 190,000 followers. He even put on clown makeup. His video got 7,000 likes. Love Brandy Marie has 200,000 followers. She did the dance. She got 1,000 likes. And then this girl, Mac, MJ Grimsley, has 1.1 million followers and came in clutch and got 90,000 likes on her TikTok. She used the "I'm a clown" portion. With that being said though, since I started paying people on TikTok to make videos with my sound, I've only seen the number of videos for this sound go up by like maybe 100. I feel like even less. It had 1,600 something before I started paying people, and now it has 1,700 something. So all in all, pretty disappointed with the results. But with all that being said, there is still one strategy that I have not taken advantage of yet. And it's something that I didn't want to do from the very beginning, unless it was like a last resort situation. But it is currently a last resort situation. The only option I had left at this point was to come clean. So I posted a TikTok basically owning up to the whole thing on my TikTok account, which has about 1.5 million followers, in hopes that at least a couple more people would make TikToks with the sound. I'm a fucking clown, and you gon' join the circus. So now here we are, at the end of this experiment. I am about to find out right now how many videos total have been made with this song. I could go on and keep trying to get the song to catch on. I could pay more people, try other options, but honestly, I've been working on this video for 2 months now. I am very ready to be done with it. And now for the moment of truth. My song on TikTok, the most TikTokable song that I think could possibly exist, a song destined to go viral and propel me to the top of the charts, currently has 1,835 videos. And honestly, that's still kind of a lot. Like, that is almost 2,000 videos. If you just think about that without the perspective of 50,000, that's pretty impressive. Maybe I shouldn't have said 50,000 at the beginning of this video, because that makes it seem way less impressive. But picture 2,000 people. Like, that's a lot. Granted, I do think a lot of people that made videos just did it because they wanted to be in this video. So if you did, congrats. And while I didn't hit 50,000 videos, my Fox Season account did hit 94,000 followers. So Fox Season's kind of popping off. So what did we learn from this experiment? What are the takeaways? Well, I suppose at the end of the day, you can try to cram a bunch of TikTokable things into a song, spit it over a beat, but that's not gonna make it a good song, you know? And that's not gonna make it go viral. Except for sometimes when it does. If I could go back and do it again, maybe I would change things. Maybe I would just post it on my own account and not have to worry about the whole disguise thing. If anything, I think this video is a testament to how good the TikTok algorithm is at delivering the right content to the right people. It took TikTok like 2 days to figure out that I was Ned Flames. Like before the vast majority of people did, TikTok's algorithm did and started showing all of my followers Ned Flames videos. One thing is for absolute certain though. I'm not gonna disguise myself anymore. I'm done doing that. I get caught every time. I am not good at it, and it cannot be done. My face is too distinct, my voice is too distinct. I get it, I will not disguise myself anymore. Or maybe I will, I don't know. Shit, maybe I will. Maybe I'm gonna do it again. You know what? No, fuck that. I'm gonna do it again. If I do, and when I do, it's gonna be so good that no one will recognize me. Mark my words. If I ever make a video like this again where I disguise myself, no one will recognize me. Not one person. And I will bet money on it, okay? So good luck ever trying to find out a disguise from me again, because if I do, ho 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 ho. Ho 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 ho. You're not gonna figure it out. Anyway, with that being said, it's now time to talk about our sponsor, Upstart. There's been a lot of economic uncertainty lately with families and young people not sure when their next paycheck is gonna come, how long their job is gonna last, and it's led to a lot of folks having their financial situation complicated even more by high interest credit cards, and more specifically, high interest credit card debt. And if that sounds like you, then now is the time to find out how low your Upstart rate can be to help pay off your high interest credit card debt. Unlike other lenders, Upstart can reward you based on your education, your job history in the form of a smarter rate. With Upstart, you can skip going to the bank because they're completely online, and they offer loans anywhere from $1,000 to $50,000. So you can consolidate your debt into one easy fixed rate payment. Upstart makes it fast and simple to check your rate. Since it's just a soft pull, it doesn't affect your credit score. The hard pull actually ends up happening when you accept your rate, so it won't actually affect your credit score if you decide not to go with it. And probably the best part is if your loan gets approved and accepted, most people get their funds within the next business day. Over 400,000 people have used Upstart to pay off their credit cards or meet other financial goals. So if you, like many others, want to see why Upstart has a 4.9 out of 5 rating on Trustpilot, then head on over to upstart.com/Danny Gonzales to see how low your Upstart rate can be. And checking your rates only takes a few minutes. Your loan amount will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in your loan application. Not all applicants will qualify for the full amount. All right, thank you to Upstart for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out Upstart. When you guys check out my sponsors, it helps me get more in the future, so if you think there's a chance that Upstart can help you out, check it out. It helps them, it helps me, and it helps you. So it's a win-win-win. All right, well, here I am in front of a blank green screen. All right, guys, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. I have been working on it for 2 months, so I'm definitely excited to finish it. I know I don't do videos like this too often, but I really like branching out and doing other types of stuff. So if you like this video, let me know. Thanks for all the support. You guys are the best. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I think I already said that, so I'm gonna end the video now. Bye. I'm a fucking clown, and you gon' join the circus. You know I'm a hoe, but I know you ain't perfect. Baby, if I'm a dick, then tell me why I make you nervous. Let these bitches talk, let those feelings to the surface. Hey, what's up, Greg? I hope you're all having a great day. Welcome back to my channel. This, of course, is another episode of An Attempt. I will be making an attempt to do something very strange. It might work, it might not, but one thing's for sure, it will be an attempt. So if you're a frequent viewer of my channel and you saw the title of this video, there's a good chance you probably already know what this is about. But if you're new here or you're just not familiar with the Paul Zimmer, Troy Becker situation, basically, I've been covering this dude named Paul Zimmer, who was basically super popular on TikTok, and then he left because of a controversy. He stopped posting and then tried to come back pretending to be a different person. But the thing is, he didn't even try to make himself look different. He didn't even try to make himself seem like a different person. I've been thinking a lot about how little effort Paul Zimmer put into trying to make himself seem like a different person. So I thought, hey, why not try to do this? I'm gonna do what Paul Zimmer was trying to do with the Troy Becker thing, but actually try. Because to be fair, I made fun of him a lot for not trying at all, but when you really think about it, if you really did try to become a whole different person when you already have a pretty big following, would that even work? Is it possible to change your identity on social media and get away with it? So my goal is to make up a new identity, basically just invent a new person. I'm gonna give him an Instagram and then try to get as many of my followers to follow that Instagram as I possibly can without it being revealed that it's really just me. Right now, as I'm filming this, it is 3 o'clock on January 8th, and I am planning on posting this video hopefully before the end of January. So I've got like a little less than a month to work on this. I'm gonna say over the course of a month, like a really successful implementation of this would get my other Instagram account up to like 10,000. It's not like, whoa, you're super famous now, but it is like, it's a healthy dose of clout. It's a spoonful of clout. And if I could do that in a month, I think that would be successful. The other aspect of this though is to make this as easy as possible for me. Because originally I was thinking this will be pretty easy to do if I hire like a professional makeup artist to just make me look different, or like prosthetics or something on my face. This is gonna be a piece of cake. But if I'm really trying to do what Paul Zimmer was trying to do, where this could be a feasible thing that I actually continue with, I can't just hire a makeup artist every time I wanna post on this new account. So I have to make this as easy as possible while also being as convincing as possible. So my two goals are easy disguise and 10,000 followers. Will I be able to do it? I have no idea. I'm really worried the second I post the first picture of this dude, all of the comments are just gonna be like, that's you. What are you trying to do? That's obviously you. From there, I concocted the perfect plan to fool the internet. I knew from the start I would have to have a convincing reason to be shouting some random person out on my Instagram. But luckily, a few weeks prior, I had posted on Twitter and Instagram that I was looking to hire someone to help me shoot and edit videos. So, my followers wouldn't be too surprised if a new intern of mine started to show up in my Instagram posts. I gave this mysterious editor the name Zayden Longzan, or just Zayden Long for short. When unscrambled, the letters of this name spell out my own name. I thought this would be kind of clever and a cute touch to my evil plan. All right, good news everybody. Papa got a wig. I also needed to develop a convincing disguise. To disguise my hair, I decided to go with a wig. This way, both Zayden's hair color and length would be drastically different than my own. Hello. What if this was just my disguise? Hey guys, it's me, Zayden Long. That was kind of right. Okay. I look like 2006 Smosh. Is this believable? I don't even know if this is on the right way. Maybe this is the front. Yeah, that's definitely on backwards. To avoid wearing any of my own clothes while acting as Zayden, I took a trip to Kohl's and headed straight for the clearance section, where I picked up a few items that I would never be caught dead wearing. And apparently no one else would either, because they were on clearance. This part was pretty fun, because I got to decide what kind of person Zayden would be. Does he like Rick and Morty, Scooby-Doo, or shirts with lame math jokes? The answer was none of them. With my new wardrobe in place, the only thing left to figure out was how I was going to disguise my face. Since my big fat nose is so prominent, I knew I would surely need to do something drastic to alter my face. That's when I remembered that FaceApp, the app that everyone was using to make themselves look old last year, has features that allow you to change your face in different ways. So I took a picture of myself, trying to smile like someone else, and got to work trying to make myself look as different as possible. The beards look pretty convincing, but I ultimately decided to utilize a feature that lets you merge your face with a celebrity's face. Here you can see me trying it with Justin Bieber and Adam Driver. Look at that! That looks like a different person. He's got different eye color. He's got facial hair. He's got black eyebrows. I mean, if you saw that, would you think that's a different person? This is my face merged with Tom Holland. It just made me look like a baby. After a few more attempts, I tried merging my face with Chris Evans. And that's when things got crazy. Whoa, wait, okay, look at this. That looks like a totally different person. It's as if me and Captain America himself had a baby. The beard helped so much. It changed his hairline. I think that might be the winner. This is me mixed with Post Malone. So, with my full disguise ready to go, it was time to get a move on and craft my first image. All right, gang, it's time to craft the first image. So for each and every picture that I post with Zayden, I kind of have to have like a backstory or like a reason for taking the picture, like what's going on during this picture, why are we taking a picture? That way it's believable, you know? I'm not just posting things for no reason. So the backstory that I've come up with for this picture is it's sort of like a celebratory picture. I just hired my first employee. My shooter and editor Zayden is now working for me. All right, well, let's do it. Note to self, this little iPhone grippy It pinches fingers. First, I took a few pictures of me as myself smiling, and then it was Zayden's turn. Now it's time to change into Zayden for the first time. Getting into character for the first time was tough, both physically and emotionally. But once I was there, acting as Zayden felt almost natural, like it was somehow meant to be. Okay, I was thinking I should probably make a different smile than I usually make. So I tried to make a different smile and I ended up looking super fucking creepy. I'm really going through a lot of trouble here. I really hope that this works and doesn't immediately backfire and fail. All right, well, only one way to find out. While editing the first image, I decided to not only use FaceApp to combine my face with Chris Evans, but also use Photoshop Fix to make even more alterations to my face, like narrowing my nose and adjusting my jawline, in hopes that altering the shape of my face would further add to the illusion that I was Zayden. After all this effort, I thought I would be as confident as ever to post the picture, but unfortunately for me, I was wrong. Alright, so the picture's done. I'm done editing it. I'm not as confident in it as I thought I would be. When I look at it, I still see me, and I don't know if that's because I know that it's me, or because it actually looks like me. Well, now, I don't know. Now I'm looking at it again, and it looks fine to me. It doesn't look like me anymore. Maybe I'll just post it. If anyone at all says, like, hey, that's just you just edited yourself, I'm gonna take it down right away and figure out a different plan moving forward. My confidence in this is so fragile that if even one person sees through it, I'm done. I have to figure out something else and try it again in a different way. There's no way this is gonna work. I don't wanna post this. Okay, I gotta figure out a caption. Expect some more production value in my videos very soon. I'm gonna make it a little bit smaller so you can see both of our laptops. I don't want to post this. Okay, I'm gonna post it. Expect some more production value. Expect some higher production value, maybe? Yeah. I'm second guessing this so much. Okay. I'm gonna post it. Here we go. Your story. Okay, posting now. And there's Curtis. For this first post, I decided not to tag Zayden, and I didn't even create his account yet, because I mostly just wanted to test the waters and draw as little suspicion as possible. It's been seen by 10 people. I'm gonna monitor my DMs like crazy to see if anybody's DMing me, telling me I'm a con man. It looks fake. Oh, it looks fake. I just looked at it again. I've been looking at it for too long. I've gone insane. Just then, my worst fears were realized. I got a DM asking if my Instagram story was the result of cloning. Oh, fuck. Okay. Nope. Nope. I'm really going through a lot of trouble here. I really hope that this works. It doesn't immediately backfire and fail. Okay, I've already got... Okay, nope. I gotta delete it. Deleting it. Oh, shit. Oh, no. Danny, is that you? I'm stressed. I thought the guy on the left was you with a photoshopped beard. No. I'm really worried the second I post the first picture of this dude, all of the comments are just gonna be like, that's you. All right, deleted that real quick. He looks like your long lost twin. Wow, all of the DMs, all of my DMs were, wow, that's just you. Jesus, man. Oh, God. I just got owned so hard. Okay, so I guess new plan. We're starting over and we're doing something else. I don't know what we're gonna do. It's good that I was monitoring my DMs so that I could see immediately, because within the first minute, I got 7 DMs right away that were like, that's you. Yeah, it's a good thing I didn't just leave that up. So we're gonna try again a different way. All right, when I posted that initial picture, it was Friday. It is now Monday. I took the entire weekend to think about my actions and how disappointed I am in myself, and now I've regrouped and I'm ready to try this again. So there's some good news and bad news from this situation. The good news is that when I posted this picture on my story, only about 100 people saw it. So I was thinking, okay, this will be fine. I'll just delete that, forget that ever happened. I'll just, you know, mix my face with a different celebrity, Photoshop it a little bit different, and I'll try again tomorrow and see if that works. But the bad news is, I did not anticipate the first 100 people who saw that story screenshotting it and spreading it all over Twitter. I guess I thought that people would just see it and be like, ooh, that's weird, and forget about it, but a bunch of people have screenshotted the picture and are now tweeting it at me constantly. So now I feel like anytime I post someone new on my Instagram story, those people are going to immediately know that something is up. So I kind of spent the entire weekend feeling like I basically failed this experiment before I really even started it. And for a while, I was thinking, I'm just gonna scrap this idea. It's not worth it. It's not worth the trouble, because enough people have seen the picture now that I've basically failed the challenge. The challenge was for no one to notice that it's me. And everyone noticed. Every single person that saw the picture noticed. And I didn't even get him any followers. I didn't get the new account any followers, because I didn't even make it. It was a giant fail on my part. I felt like a royal doofus. But then, I began to see it as a blessing. I needed to learn the hard way that if I wanted this to work, I had to do a lot more than just sit in my dining room and take a few pictures. So that's when I devised a new plan. I decided to scrap the entire editor idea. It was never going to work, and Past Danny was an idiot and a coward for thinking anything else. Instead of hiring an editor, I was going to make it look like I was going on a trip to see my cousin at his house in rural Illinois. By making Zayden my cousin, hopefully people would be much more forgiving if he heavily resembled me. So, to make this as convincing as possible, I got an Airbnb for 2 days so I could take pictures at Zayden's house without it looking like my house. After that, I packed up and it was off to my cousin's house. Alright, so I booked an Airbnb. I've arrived at the Airbnb, now I'm at the Airbnb. Feels a little bit weird to be at an Airbnb by myself, especially since I'm not even staying here, I'm just here to take pictures. This house also kind of creeps me out. It kind of looks like it was built over 100 years ago, and I'm a little afraid to go upstairs, so I'll probably be doing most of the pictures down here, because I'm kind of worried that this house is haunted. I also thought I heard voices when I first walked in, so that's also concerning. Okay, and that's kind of creepy. I just found a long dark hair on my tripod. How the fuck did that get here? Alright, get it. Alright, so I'm back at the Airbnb. It's day 2. I'm ready to take some more pictures, son. When I got here today, there was a light on upstairs that I did not leave on. I am certain that this house is haunted. I don't want to go up there, but I have to for the pictures I want to take today, so we're gonna brave it together. Yeah, this house is for sure haunted. Look at these stairs. There's no way someone didn't die on these stairs. I spent those 2 days doing nothing but planning and taking pictures of myself and Zayden. I knew my old antics just wouldn't cut it, so I decided to go all in, fully immersing myself in the role I knew I was born to play. I ate as Zayden, drank as Zayden, and thought as Zayden. But the real work of convincing the public that Zayden was in fact real was yet to come. Alright guys, well after pussyfooting around it for a few weeks, I'm ready to have another go at it. I'm gonna try posting some images. I'm spinning in my chair. I'm not meaning to do this. The chair is just spinning. I'm ready to buckle down and make these pictures and post them on Instagram, so here's my plan. First thing I'm gonna do is post an Instagram story of just me using one of the pictures that I took at the Airbnb, saying something along the lines of, I'm in rural Illinois visiting family, something implying that. Maybe like, ayo, rural Illinois check. Just to precondition people to think, okay, Danny's not at home, where is he? He's probably off doing something. Who's he with? Is that suspicious? I feel like I never post about my location like this on Instagram, so people will immediately know that I'm lying and up to something. Should I make it not Illinois? Should it be somewhere more exciting? Ayo, rural Minnesota check. Sure, maybe I'll be in Minnesota. Okay, so that's where Zayden lives, rural Minnesota. Let me just check my DMs real quick and make sure no one's causing a fuss. Like, I checked Minnesota, you're not there. Okay, no, I'm getting the good DMs. Like, whoa, why are you in Minnesota? But before I post him at all, the first thing I want to make is his Instagram account. I haven't set up his Instagram yet. Zayden _ long. I'm gonna make him my older cousin, so I'm gonna make his birthday in 1992, April 1st. His birthday is gonna be on April Fool's Day, because all of you are gonna be April Fools for believing this. To make his Instagram account look more believable, I also needed to follow a bunch of random people. So I just went to a couple small colleges' Instagram pages, went to the list of people following them, and just followed a bunch of people. Might as well give some of the homies an extra follow too. Drew, Curtis, shoot, I'll give Gus an extra follow. What the heck? Zayden can like good content, right? Bio, born to be Zayden. Born to be sauce. Why did Zayden autocorrect to sauce? Born to be sauce. All right, I'm just gonna leave it. That sounds kind of cool. Bitch, I was born to be sauce. Chris Evans really burned me before, and I never make the same mistake twice. So when crafting Zayden's Instagram profile picture, I decided to use Tom Brady's face this time. Tom Brady's eyebrows and overall complexion seemed different enough from mine, and I was pretty happy with the end result. From there, I threw together the first image of Zayden that I would be posting on my story. Okay guys, the image is done. The first image that is prepared to go on my story is done, I think. And I'm pretty pleased with the final image. In fact, I even sent it to Laura, and she approves, and if anyone knows what my face looks like, it is my own wife. So I'm still very hesitant, but I think I'm ready to post the picture. Will I make a complete fool of myself once again? We're about to find out right now. For the caption, maybe I can play off the previous story, so I can say like, ayo, rural cousin check. That way people will immediately understand, okay, he's in Minnesota because he's visiting his rural cousin Zayden. Should I tag him in the first one? I'm just gonna tag him in the first one. Before, I was testing the waters by not tagging him, but I'm not doing this again, okay? We're going all or nothing this time. So I'm not testing the waters. I'm just gonna go for it. I'm gonna tag Zayden. I'll do it just as I would tag anyone else. Zayden is long. I'm just gonna throw that right there, as if it's not even a big deal, just making it pretty small on the screen. And fuck, oh god damn it, it looks like me! Oh, it'll never not look like me. And posted. Oh god, have people seen it yet? Okay, 2 people have seen it, 6 people have seen it, 12 people have seen it. Oh baby boy, people are gonna know, aren't they? Oh, Zayden has 2 followers now, 3 even. Me and 2 other people. All right, let me check my DMs. No! The first DM I get about it is look the same. Look the same? Hey. Look the same. I thought this was you in a wig. God damn it! No! Oh no! Okay, but they're not saying this is you in a wig. They're saying I thought that was you in a wig, which is good. God, my heart is beating so fast right now. Why does this mean so much to me? Okay, I'm getting surprisingly few DMs though. That's good, because this story has now been seen by 1,000 people, and I've only gotten 2 DMs. I would say that that's good, because last time I got a bunch, I think, didn't I? I'm feeling better about this. Okay, before I post the second picture, I want to, infuse a little bit more realism to it, and a lot of times on my Instagram story, when I go to a new place, I like to post sitting on a big comfy couch on this new couch. So since I'm in this new location, I feel like it only makes sense for me to post that I'm sitting on a big comfy couch. All right, we got photo number 2 complete. This one is a beautiful image of Zayden flipping me off because I'm razzing him. So I think the tone of this one is gonna be a little bit kind of like messing with him while also trying to get more people to go over and follow him. As of right now, I think Zayden has like 50 followers. I wanna try to increase that, baby. We're trying to get Zayden a big heaping spoonful of that clout for dinner. Okay, the caption I came up with is, my cousin thinks he has what it takes to be an IG model. Please tell him he wouldn't last 1 day with clout. And then I tagged his Instagram. If I know my followers, I know a good chunk of them will turn against me and take his side. So I'm hoping that he'll gain a decent amount of followers from this. And post. I'm now realizing that the 2 pictures of my cousin don't really look like the same person, per se. I don't know how that happened, but that's not good. Like, they kind of have different hairstyles and honestly different skin tones. So hopefully people will look past that and just go straight for his Instagram. Okay, this person said he kind of looks like if you and Drew had a child together. How about me and Tom Brady, honey? Oh shit, okay. This person says, is that actually your cousin or is it just an edited picture of you? I literally can't tell. All right, I'm gonna count this as I'm still winning because she said she literally can't tell. Another person said, I swear at first I thought this was you with a wig. You hear that? At first. So needless to say, I'm feeling pretty damn good about this right now. Oh shit, baby. Zayden Long has 117 followers. We're doing it now, son. Okay, people are DMing Zayden to tell him that he doesn't have what it takes to be an Instagram model. You wouldn't last 1 day with clout. You won't last a day, even with clout or not. Okay, I think this person just threatened Zayden, so that's not good. Oh my god, this is so stressful. But it is fulfilling. I do feel fulfilled right now. That night, I posted 2 more pictures on my story, all to a pretty solid response from my followers. So, with hope in my heart, I tucked myself in for a good night's rest, and woke up the next morning, ready to continue this sick and twisted charade. Oh, hot dang, son! Zayden now has 2,000 followers on Instagram, and he ain't even got any posts yet. Of course, people are messaging him that they think he wouldn't last 1 day with clout. One person is encouraging Zayden to kill me and take my place. What the hell? Actually, a lot of people have been hitting on Zayden. You do got that IG model type though, with a fire emoji. Someone said you're hot. Someone said here before 100K. That's right, baby. We're getting Zayden to 100K. Next up was a rendition of my classic I wear a yellow shirt today Instagram story. This is something I do whenever I wear this striped yellow shirt that I own. I take pictures of myself from a distance and caption them, I wear a yellow shirt today. But this time, I let my old cousin Zayden get in on the action. And with those stories up and most people buying it, it was time to start on my riskiest task yet. I was going to post a picture on my actual Instagram feed. Since this picture would reach many more people than my stories, I knew Zayden would get a good boost in followers if this looked good. But if it didn't, the jig would be up, and I'd be out of luck. So maybe we should let past Danny work on this for a bit, while we talk about today's sponsor, HelloFresh. Guys, one of my least favorite parts about being an adult is going to the grocery store to buy all the food that I'm gonna eat that week, only to remember that I only know how to cook like 3 things. But that's why I think that HelloFresh is such a great service. It takes all the pressure off of planning your meals for the week so that you can just enjoy cooking and eating. HelloFresh is America's #1 meal kit, and their meals are delicious. And with low-calorie, vegetarian, and family-friendly recipes, HelloFresh has something to offer for pretty much anyone, no matter what kind of diet you have, whether you live alone or whether you have a family. Recipes only take about 30 minutes to make, sometimes as little as 20, which is less than the average trip to the grocery store. I love getting HelloFresh boxes in the mail because it means I get to spend 20 to 30 minutes cooking with Laura each evening. It's really fun to cook with someone else. We just like throw on some music and have a little party. And every time you cook something new, you get to learn a new recipe. If you're like me, then you're probably worried about your impact on the environment. Well, HelloFresh's carbon footprint is actually 25% less than store-bought grocery-made meals. But how much is this HelloFresh, you ask? Well, HelloFresh is now starting at just $5.66 per serving. Where else can you get such tasty food for such a good price? So go to HelloFresh.com and use code TrulyGreg10 during HelloFresh's New Year's sale to get 10 meals for free, including free shipping. It's TrulyGreg10 on HelloFresh.com to get 10 free meals with free shipping during their New Year's sale. It's a great service. I heavily endorse HelloFresh, so thank you guys for checking out HelloFresh, and thank you to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. All right, back to the action. So right now, Zayden has 2,343 followers. So hopefully by posting this as an actual Instagram picture, we can get him a couple more. Okay, so I tagged Zayden in it. Now I gotta think of a caption. Maybe I want to include something like it's my cousin's birthday. That would give me a reason to be shouting him out and also for me to be visiting him. My cousin's only birthday wish is to be an Instagram model. Please donate as much clout as you see fit. My only worry is that since this isn't a story and it's a picture, there's comments. And so if people read the comments and there are other people saying this looks weird in Photoshop, even people who didn't initially think that will start to think that because they'll see other people's comments. But I have a plan for that too. On your Instagram, you can block words from showing up in your comments. Like if you're sensitive about certain things or you just don't want to see comments about certain things, you can just add them to your blocked words list. So I think I'm gonna add a bunch of words like Photoshop and wig to the blocked words list. That way no one can comment about those things, so people who aren't suspicious won't have it ruined for them. You might think that that's shady, and it is. All right, and share, and okay, it's up. I spent the next few hours monitoring the comments like a crazy person and adding words to my list of blocked words. As you can see, I ended up having to block a fair amount of words, but the result was a squeaky clean comment section. Okay, now time to check out the comments and see if people are suspicious. We got clapping, I can't tell are you wearing a yellow shirt, just a reference to my Instagram story. True icons, if he wants to be an Instagram model, he should post photos on his account, seems a little counterproductive. Okay, is there a GoFundMe to donate clout? Oh baby, this is good. Oh my gosh, this is going so much better. All right guys, it's been 3 hours since I posted the picture on my Instagram, and I'm starting to think we might get away with this. Low key, this is going pretty well. It actually is going a lot better than I expected. I mean, it's probably because I blocked all the words that would allow people to comment their suspicions about this picture, but scrolling through the comments, they all seem to be focused on other things besides the fact that it's just me with a wig. Everyone's being pretty supportive of Zayden. I'm pleasantly surprised. So I guess now we'll just wait and see what tomorrow brings. I am excited. All right, guys, the experiment is over. I'm cutting it here. It's the next day. I gave it all night for Zayden to gain followers, so now it's time to see how many he's got and to see how I did with my stupid little experiment. So before I check Zayden's follower count, remember that my 2 goals were for Zayden to hit 10,000 followers without anyone figuring out that it was just me. And then the second one was for this to be as easy as possible. I'm searching up Zayden. And oh shit, baby! Zayden Long has 12.5 thousand followers. God damn! 12.5K. So for goal number 1 of hitting 10,000 followers, I actually got like 120%. That's like a A plus. That's like an A+++. That being said though, there was the other condition of the goal where I didn't want anyone to figure out that it was actually me. And I'm pretty sure a decent amount of people caught on. If not to the fact that it was me, at least to the fact that like the pictures were photoshopped in some way or there was something weird going on. So maybe I'll just mark this down to like an A++ and maybe change this to 110%. That seems more fair.
All right, goal number 2.
Was this an easy process? Did I make this as easy for myself as possible so that I could redo this over and over indefinitely forever? For this one, I'm gonna give myself a solid D-. A good old 60%, if you will. Now, editing the pictures themselves wasn't actually that hard. It took around like 10 minutes per picture. Some of them took a little longer, but in general, they took about 10 minutes, which isn't too bad. But if I ever wanted to do like a video with Zayden, I don't know how. In God's name, I would do that. I guess I could try like taking a video and then exporting each individual frame as a picture, then putting those all on my phone, and then manually using FaceApp on each individual picture. But even a 1-second video would be like 30 pictures. So what is that? 300 minutes, which would be 5 hours, and also it would probably end up looking like shit. So yeah, ease of use gets a D-. Alright, so what's my final score? If I average these out, 110 plus 60 is 170, divided by 2 is a solid 85%. That's like a B. Huh. A B. Really? That seems like really generous. You know what? Just to be fair, I'm gonna knock it down to a B-, because I really didn't feel that good about this. Yeah, especially considering the fact that I failed the first time and I had to delete a bunch of comments and block all of the words that were used in those comments. I'm definitely feeling a B-. Like, I passed, and I did alright, but it was not an A+ job. You know what? I'm gonna give myself a C. This still, the more I think about it, I don't deserve a B. I get a C. I passed, but I'm not feeling great about it. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was actually really fun to make. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. That's what I call my subscribers, and I even have hoodies that say Greg on it because I'm a YouTuber. All right, thank you, Nameless, for turning on my notifications. You are truly Greg. I'll see you guys next time with a really interesting video where I peel off my skin and I was really Paul Zimmer the whole time. Bye! This video is over now. Go find something else to watch, or just watch this video. I know we had a lot of fun, but you can't stay on this end screen forever. This video is over now. So why are you still watching this? Life as a new dad is pretty good. Rocking my baby to sleep, watching him crawl for the first time, and there's so much to look forward to. Like finding out what kind of TikTok dad I'm gonna become. There's so many types of dads on TikTok. You got Frog Dad. I could be like Addison Rae's dad, begging Young Gravy to box him. One thing's for sure, whatever kind of dad I become, I'm excited to do it on TikTok.
Wait, what is this? TikTok is getting banned?
Guys, TikTok might get deleted in the US forever in a few months, so I either need to move countries or fulfill my dream of becoming a TikTok dad now. Luckily, over the years, I've gathered a pretty choice list of dad talks, and today I'm going to watch them, and then I'm going to become them by recreating them. So let's take another look at that Addison Rae's dad TikTok.
Can I get a
Okay, so this TikTok is from a couple years ago. It's from 2022. And if you were unaware of this situation where Addison Rae's dad wanted to fight famous rapper Young Gravy, I believe it started because Young Gravy made some comment on a podcast about finding Addison Rae's mom attractive. Now, Addison Rae's dad and his mom aren't together and haven't been for a long time, I think. But nevertheless, Monty, that's his name, Monty Lopez, decided to settle the score by getting on TikTok and begging Young Gravy to fight him.
Can we meet now? Like today, it's August 9th, 2022. I'm ready and I bet you're not. Only a boxing match. Do you have what it takes?
Please, I'm begging you, Young Gravy, fight me, please. I'll let you win. I don't care. You can bring a gun. Just don't kiss her. Also, because of the UMG thing that happened recently where they removed all their music from TikTok, this TikTok is completely silent. I'm guessing it had more of a badass vibe to it when it actually had music, but now it's just kind of sad. But to be fair to Monty, that TikTok was like 2 years ago. The beef has since been resolved, I think, or Monty just realized that Young Gravy was never going to respond to him, so he stopped trying. But let's see what Monty's up to now.
What's going on, everybody? Happy holidays. We got some real funny videos that I'm about to show you. Let me know in the comments below which one you think is the fun.
Cool, man. Yeah, those are some pretty funny videos. Did you steal them, Monty? Did you steal the videos? Bad, Monty. I like that Monty is compensating for his old videos having no music by putting 3 times as much music as is necessary in this video. I don't really think that this exact genre of TikTok speaks to me. I don't really know if I want to become like the content stealing kind of guy on TikTok. Hey guys, check out this crazy clip I just saw. You're gonna want to buckle in. This is 3 hours long. I should give Addison Rae's dad type dad a shot though, so I'm gonna be recreating that first TikTok. Okay, so I was trying to think of who it would be funny for me to be trying to fight in this video. My first thought, for some reason, was Joe Biden, but I feel like if I posted a shirtless video of me screaming and begging Joe Biden to fight me, I would be investigated by the FBI, the CIA, trying to think of any other 3-letter acronyms, AJR maybe. So I'm not gonna do that. Maybe it would make more sense if I just challenged someone who already does influencer boxing, like Jake Paul. I could make this same kind of shirtless screaming video, begging Jake Paul to fight me. I can't just stop there because Monty didn't stop there. Oh no, no, no. He challenged him, he begged him, he asked him to come to his house right now, and then he also pivoted to just posting silly videos on his page. So I'm gonna try to encapsulate all of that into one video. I also noticed in this video when he stands up, it like, well, one, it says run white boy run at the bottom, and then it also reveals that he has a tummy tattoo. So I don't know if I should incorporate that somehow. Like when I stand up, there's a funny tattoo on my tummy. Maybe it's just a heart that says Jake in the middle. Because I want you to get the vibe from this that I just want to hang out with Jake so bad. I don't care if he's beating the shit out of me or if he's just coming over to help me water my garden. It's actually kind of hard to write this upside down, but hopefully I'm doing this correctly. Can you even see it in the camera? Can you see the Jake? There's an effect on it. Should I use that effect? Gym light? That's kind of menacing. What other effect could I use? No, okay. Let's just do no filter. No filter or nothing.
Can I get
I didn't like filming that at all. Actually, I hate that. I'm gonna put my shirt back on. Yeah, sorry, I hated that. I'm gonna keep my shirt on, actually. I thought I was gonna do it with my shirt off, man, but I can't do it. I just can't see myself convulsing shirtless like that. I don't even think I want it on the internet, to be honest. I don't want it. Nobody should see that. So it's gone now. I'm just gonna have to live with Jake tattooed on my tummy, and that's just gonna be a secret between me and you guys. Nobody's gonna know that happened. Okay, let's try again. Shirt mode activated. It's hard to press the start button the way I have my phone propped up. The keyboard's kind of in the way here. There we go. Okay, shit. God damn it.
Can I get
That might have been pretty good. I am picking up my phone at the beginning, but I think I went menace mode for sure. Actually, the beginning where I propped my phone up adds some kind of authenticity to it in a way. I don't know if it's like a millennial pause or kind of makes it seem like this video was totally off the cuff. Like I wasn't even planning on recording this. I'm just setting my phone up because I'm getting so pissed off. Well, I guess I'll just finish her up then. Oh, there's still sound. Can I make the sound stop now? Okay, I guess I can't. So is it just gonna be that then? That's not good. That's not funny. That's just weird. That's just me straight up asking Jake to fight. Okay. Maybe I can record it in my camera roll and then add it in the editor. Hey Jake, I just wanted to say, I didn't mean what I said back there. I don't think you're a baby. I think you're awesome. And we don't have to fight. We could just hang out sometime if you want to. Anyway, here's a funny video I found. Okay, now I have to actually find a funny video and add it in here somehow. Funny video I found. Hell yeah.
Can I get
Hey Jake, I just wanted to say, I didn't mean what I said back there. I don't think you're a baby. I think you're awesome. And we don't have to fight. We could just hang out sometime if you want to. Anyway, here's a funny video I found. Yeah, I think it's perfect. And I think it's ready to post, and I'm not worried at all about what people will think when I post this. So I think after I create all the TikToks, we can take a look at some of the responses to them. Okay, next TikTok. My daughter being in a toxic relationship. Hashtag POV, a pack sticks up for each other.
Watch your tone, boy.
One of my favorite things about this TikTok is how many people show up. I thought it was just gonna be the dad at first, but then more and more characters keep coming in. It kind of makes the dad seem a little less badass. Like, no wonder the boyfriend's scared. He is severely outnumbered. I also love how the uncle comes into frame by touching the brother's shoulder, but it's obviously just his own hand touching his own shoulder. You know you're in for trouble when you feel your uncle tap your shoulder. You know how uncles do? Now, the weird thing about this one is that I actually don't know if this guy has kids. I actually don't think he does, but I do still think that there's something we can take away from this video. The whole concept of a pack sticking together. Oh, are they wolves? Oh, I think they're werewolves, and that's why it says a pack sticks up for each other. And that's why all their eyes turn blue, this horrifying shade of blue, and the dad has on a wolf necklace. So they must be wolves. They've got wolf eyes. Wolves have blue eyes, right? Oh, wait. They don't. Wolves have brown eyes, it looks like. I must be thinking of huskies. Oh yeah, huskies have blue eyes. Are they were huskies? Leave her alone, buddy. Unless you want to get strapped to a sled and pulled very fast over a great distance. If this happened in real life, do you think that the boyfriend would even hear the dad? He's screaming and the dad is whispering. He has a few other TikToks where he plays the role of a dad navigating a kind of tricky situation with his daughter. Well, aren't you gonna leave the room so we can kiss? So I guess this genre is just fantasizing about having like a teenage child and something awkward or scary happening with that child. And also you have to look really badass and you do have to be part dog. Got it, can do. Before I film this one, I actually have a much more important POV I need to film first. POV, that moment when you're sponsored by Opera. Opera makes other browsers look like that evil boy in that last TikTok. All alone and useless. Meanwhile, Opera looks like the family because Opera has so many useful features built in that it's so much more than just a browser. You've got Aria, Opera's native browser AI, which lets you get clear answers instantly. Highlight any term on the web and ask Aria to explain it. The great thing is Aria is connected to the web and can provide real-time information, unlike a lot of other AI models. Tab islands are huge for helping me stay organized while I'm working on a video. If I have several TikToks open, a couple of Google Docs, email, I can collapse them into context-based groups automatically. I don't know what accent this is supposed to be. One thing I didn't even realize I needed until I got Opera was a built-in ad blocker. It makes articles look so much more clean, which actually makes my videos look better, because when I screen record an article, there's not distracting ads all over the place. And it's super easy to turn on with just one click. If you're working on multiple projects at once, you can create entirely separate workspaces that you can switch between easily using customizable buttons on the sidebar. I don't like having a ton of browser windows open at the same time. It's super distracting and hard to sort through. So in my opinion, this is a much better solution. So if you want to check out Opera, then use my link below to download Opera today. Thanks to Opera for sponsoring this video, and thank you to you guys for checking out Opera. Now let's film this TikTok. Okay, so I've been thinking a lot about how I could make this TikTok kind of my own, you know? Take everything I like about the toxic daughter boyfriend TikTok and amplify it. So first thing we're gonna do is the amount of family that shows up. I liked how much it was in the first video. We're gonna double it. We're just gonna have a ton of people show up. We're gonna have the dad, of course, the brother, an uncle. Uncle's here! A second cousin, a third niece, maybe. Also, I think instead of like a toxic boyfriend, the daughter's just gonna be getting mugged. I think that would elevate the stakes a little bit higher. And then, you know, in the original TikTok, they didn't even turn into werewolves. Their eyes just turned blue, which, granted, that would be very scary if that happened to you, but I feel like they were trying to get at something there, but they didn't quite get there. So, in my TikTok, they're gonna actually turn into animals because there's filters on the TikTok that can turn you into animals. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna do it now. So I think what would be even cooler than turning into a wolf is if I turn into a horse. And I know that there's horse filters on TikTok. I have one saved here, where if you open your mouth, you turn into a horse. So I'm gonna use this. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. I look gorgeous. And then everyone just starts turning into horses, dude. The daughter turns into a horse. Uncle's gotta turn into a horse. And last but not least, the mugger has to apologize, of course. Let's go, baby. Now all I have to do is edit this, and it's gonna be ready to go. Ah!
Watch your tone, boy.
Now this dad is a whole different type of dad. His name is Brian B. Toe. I thought Toe might be his last name, but the way it's spelled out in his profile actually makes it seem like Buto is his last name. I thought B was just his middle initial till I saw this just now. Say what you want about Brian, but he do be Toe. And I think there's a lot we can learn from Brian's TikTok. Stuck in a generation where loyalty is just a tattoo and being fake is a lifestyle. Where the real ones at? Man, Brian's so cool. I thought he was a teenager for a second because of how cool he's dressed. Hey guys, I'm just skateboarding with my backpack to school. I mean work. I hope my teacher is cool today. Oh, I mean boss. Sorry, I'm just a kid at heart. Also, I just got in a really bad skateboarding accident and hit my head real bad. Can you drive me to the hospital? I don't like this angle. Why is he so much higher up than us? Are we a child in this video? Are we his child?
Son, where are the real ones? What have you done with the real ones, son?
I'm not even sure how the caption and the video are related. They seem like totally separate things. I'm so sick of my generation. So I've decided to join yours. I'm a teenager now. In fact, I'm so young that my kids are all right. Now, obviously, I don't like this video. I don't like it one bit. But I'm mature enough to realize that I'm not the target demographic for this video. This video is for MILFs. 'Cause you a MILF. And I'm not a MILF. I'm at most a dill. I'm just a dad you would like. And the MILFs in the comments are loving it. Yes, you still got it. Where you been all my life? Damn, my kind of guy. More power to him, I guess. The one thing that I can't get over is the setting in which he's making this video. Are you in public? It looks like he's just in the lobby of a hotel making the absolute thirstiest video I've ever seen. You need to get to your room ASAP, dude. You are too horny to be in public. I like this guy in the background. The second he realizes he's in this video, he steps out of frame because he's like, oop, I can't be in this. Oop, get me out of here, this guy's too horny. The caption is still got it, which is a little confusing to me because usually you would say that about something you used to do when you were young. Brian, did you used to do this when you were young? They didn't have iPhones back then. Who were you doing this to, man? The reason so many people are single and not in relationships today is because we're looking for that 90s love in a 2023's hookup culture. Tell me I'm wrong. Yeah, man, that's fine. Where are you? What's going on in the background here? I'm looking for that 90s love. The kind of girl that doesn't just want to hook up, but wants to go on a date to the giant dirt pile in town. I love that dirt pile. I wish I could date the dirt pile, but she's taken. Hey, get out of here! She's mine! Okay, this is good research. I feel like I'm starting to get what this guy is all about. It's a lot of like pouring your heart out on the internet. Some of it could possibly be on the verge of oversharing, but he's expressing his feelings. He's looking badass while he's doing it. It's like this emotional vulnerability mixed with this cool, mysterious bravado of being alone at the giant dirt pile.
Oh, 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 yeah. Da, da, da. I got a new.
Okay, no, that's cool, man. Look, I obviously think that, you know, that's kind of a scary joke to make, but again, this video isn't for me. Oh, uh-oh. Oh God, Brian, the MILFs aren't liking it either. This guy is not funny. My first reaction, ew. Brian, you're scaring the MILFs, man. So I'm unaware of any gigantic piles of dirt near where I live. If there are any, I guess I'm just not cool enough to know where they are. So I'm here at the woods. Figured that would be an equally strange location to film this TikTok. So we've got strange location, the woods. We're going to have sort of a nostalgic / oversharing caption, which I'm still not sure what that's gonna be yet, but I can just figure that out while I'm editing it. I don't have to do that now. It doesn't have to have anything to do with the video, which is good. And then I also have to appeal to the youth. I have to try to make myself seem like a kid, which usually I'm not very good at, but I went to Walmart and I went to the kids section and I found some stuff that I think is gonna do the trick. Brian had a skateboard in his video, and so I bought a scooter. They didn't have any skateboards. I don't know if this is maybe a little bit too young for the demographic I'm trying to reach, but the box said ages 2 to 5. So I'm just gonna sort of pretend to be shredding it up out here at the beginning of the TikTok. By the way, I am like 75% sure that there's poison ivy under my feet right now that I'm very much trying to avoid. And I think I have, but my legs just feel itchy even just being near it. This was actually a horrible idea. Anyway, the hat. It says Fortnite on it. Can you see that? It says Fortnite on it. I found it at Walmart in the little boys section and I thought, oh my gosh, this is perfect. This is gonna appeal to all the kids. So I've got my scooter, I've got my Fortnite, and I'm ready to have some fun. Let's film a TikTok. Okay, I think I'll just pretend to be ripping it up over here and then I walk towards the camera, all cool. I for sure stepped in the poison ivy that time. Very cool. Why does this hat make me look like a pilgrim? It's like such a flat brim hat that it's gone past looking cool and gone towards looking like a full-on pilgrim hat. I am a Fortnite pilgrim. This one's just kind of a fun one. It's just a picture Shaq posted with like 20 seconds of music and then 20 seconds of silence. I don't know. Could be the mood. All right, this TikTok is by a dad by the name of My Life, not yours. So in case you were confused, this isn't you. Yes, dude, thank you. This is the kind of energy I'm looking for. When your kids need you, you drop everything. And you don't walk, you don't run, you don't even drive. You jump through the air like a giant bunny and you land right where they are. I guess we don't see where he lands. It would be kind of funny if it like cut to a reverse angle and he just landed at the bar. But one TikTok in, I am liking this guy's style. So I guess the way I describe this dad is like action hero dad, mystical sorcerer dad. Either way, he's killing it, and I really like his vibe. He's always getting himself into insane situations like this one.
Happy Easter, everyone.
There's something so funny about how nonchalantly he says Happy Easter and then teleports himself into the UFO and kamikazes himself. Like, did he know that was gonna happen? Based on how chill he was, I kind of feel like he didn't. Happy Easter, guys. Oh, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck? Ah! You know, I started watching this guy because he mentioned his kids and I was like, oh cool, dad content. But in hindsight, he actually doesn't mention his kids very often. So I guess they don't need help that often because that's the only reason he mentioned them in the first video. He's actually kind of got a lot of other shit going on. He's always defending the earth from some kind of cosmic threat, it seems. And after all these TikToks where he's harnessing magical powers and defending the earth, you'd think that his kids would have some pretty nice stuff to say about him, right? You'd think they'd be pretty grateful, huh? Wrong. As dads, you know, we give and we give, but are we ever truly appreciated? No. My 7-month-old baby did the same thing to me. I was floating around in the spirit realm forever. It took me days to get back into my body. To take a step back for a second here, can we all appreciate how epic his editing is? I mean, this is pretty good. Also, the first time I saw this, I was like, holy shit, how high did this dude jump for this video? This man may be old, but he's still got it. But after watching it a couple times, I think that he's reversed the video and he's jumping off of something high onto the ground. Either that or this whole thing's real. I can't discount that possibility. I like this guy's videos a lot because I feel like we actually are cut from the same cloth in a way. I have always been obsessed with visual effects. I had a YouTube channel for this kind of stuff when I was a teenager. I would do this type of stuff, practice visual effects. I would do tutorials for effects.
Hey everybody, this is Danny Gonzales, and today I'm going to be doing an After Effects tutorial.
I would watch every behind the scenes of like blockbuster movies that I could get my hands on. So I admire this dad's passion. It kind of takes me back in my own life to a simpler time. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, I'm pretty excited for this one. My favorite of his TikToks was the UFO one, so that's the one that I want to replicate. I'm gonna have like a UFO or a giant spaceship in the background right here. I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna teleport onto the spaceship and blow it up or something. One thing I really want to replicate is how casually he did it. Like he didn't even know that it was about to happen. I think I just want to kind of like casually stroll up to the camera, kind of maybe wink at the camera. Or no, winking would imply that I know something is gonna happen. Maybe I'm just having a stroll, having a great day, and then I teleport up to the UFO. Would it be funny if I I teleport without my clothes? That would really make it seem like I did not know this was gonna happen. Or maybe I did, but at the very least I thought I'd be able to bring my clothes with me. Like you see me teleport and my hoodie is still here and it just drops to the ground. And then how should it start? Should it have something to do with like when my kids need me or something like that? The caption could say something badass like when our way of life is threatened, I'm the man for the job. And then I teleport buck naked up to the UFO and am immediately shamed by the aliens for my tiny butt. All right, let's try this. Okay, and then I'm gonna take off my hoodie, put it right where I was, and then drop it. Okay. There was a person walking by while I was doing that. What do you think she thought? What sense could that possibly make to the average person? Maybe she knew what I was up to. She did look kind of older. Maybe she has a husband that does this kind of thing. All right, well, I'm happy with that. Also, I want to go home. Great. Now that all of the TikToks have been recorded, edited, and posted, let's see how people responded to them. We're gonna go from the least viewed video to the most viewed video, starting off with Addison Rae's dad. So this was the first video that I posted, and it is by far the least liked out of any of the TikToks. It has 45,000 likes. I think people were just confused. Nobody really got the reference. The general consensus amongst the audience is that I'm going insane. The second most liked comment is, "Nurse, he's out again? Is everything okay at home, Danny?" Okay, I was doing these TikToks to make myself seem like a really cool, awesome dad, and kind of feel like it's not working based on that comment. Oh my god, he's lost it. What is he planning? Or is he just having fun on TikTok? All right, he's either planning a video where this is some kind of satire, or he's actually just having some fun, challenging Jake Paul to a fight, begging him to meet up, and sharing some funny videos. Maybe this is just who Danny is now. Okay, next up was the Shaq TikTok. Lots of people praising my very calm demeanor in this picture. You look so comfy and at ease. You don't look terrified for your life at all. Looks like they were really nice. And then one kind of eerie comment. "Please don't die, I love your content." Do they know something that I don't know? I look closer and this was posted by my doctor. Oh no, he's actually been commenting a lot on here. He says, "The test results just came back, it's not looking good. Love your content though. Also, was Ice Spice cool?" I just feel like there's better ways he could have contacted me. Someone said, "Is this real?" And then someone commented under it, "No, it's AI. Look at Ice Spice and Taylor's eyes, or the guy on the right, his hands, or the sunglasses just floating on his shirt." So I guess he's talking about this guy, saying, "No, it's clearly AI. Just look at this dude." Which, is kind of fucked up, because it's not AI, that's just a real guy. Everything in the image is real except me. And even I am real. I'm a real person. I just wasn't in that picture. It's kind of interesting as AI has gotten more popular how whenever anything is fake now, all of the comments are AI. It used to be whenever something was fake, all of the comments were Photoshop. Even if it was a video, it would always be attributed to Photoshop, and now it's AI. Even in this case, when it was actually Photoshop, the accusation that gets thrown out is AI. It's just kind of something interesting I noticed. After I posted that TikTok, I was starting to get a little bit worried. I started this video with hopes of becoming the coolest TikTok dad on the platform before it got deleted. And based on these comments, I was beginning to worry that being a good dad didn't have anything to do with TikToks or Ice Spice. But don't worry, the comments on this UFO video fixed all of that. "Thank you, Danny," we all say in unison. "A modern Shakespeare brought tears to my eyes. I saw this on the news, so heartbreaking. Thank you for saving our children, Danny." Wow, this gave me chills. The things we'll do to protect our children. I mean, I don't exactly know what you did in this video, but thank you for doing it. You definitely did something to protect our children. I think. I would unironically watch this as a movie. Yeah, this TikTok was good, but I just wish it took 2 hours. Oh, Danny, where do I even begin? You are the light to my world. You are the sunshine, Danny, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Can't talk, saving the world. All right, second place, the silver medal of dad TikToks goes to the scooter in the woods TikTok. Raking in a whopping 1.1 million views, 295,000 likes. People are really vibing with oversharing strange location dad. One fun thing about posting all of these videos is seeing people comment trying to guess what the video I'm working on might be about based on all of these seemingly unrelated TikToks. None of them have anything to do with each other, so people's guesses were all over the place. But the most common guess, and the one that had the most likes on this particular post was, I'm guessing these videos are him doing AI prompts and seeing which ones go the most viral. Which I think, in a way, goes to show how far AI has come, where I'm replicating real videos that people have made, albeit adding my own little comic twist to them, and people assume that they were generated by an AI. It either goes to show how good AI is, or how bad I am. Either one. Someone said, too creeped out by Danny's facial expressions to even read the words. That's right, baby, that's my whole plan. I creep you out so much with my facial expressions that you don't even get a chance to notice I just admitted to burying someone in the woods. And finally, my most popular TikTok with 1.6 million views, POV Dad. With such praise as, this has to be for a video, and Danny, this is brain rot. You know, as a father, it's really important to me to have a positive impact on the minds of the next generation, so it means a lot to me that you would say that. Wonder what the new video is gonna be. What, a guy can't just fantasize about his imaginary daughter getting mugged and then his ragtag family coming to her rescue without people getting suspicious? I think that really says something about society today, and as soon as I figure out what it says, I'm gonna be pissed. Look, at the end of the day, we can laugh and giggle at all of these TikToks, but I think it's important what I learned from all of this, which is nothing. But you know what? I love being a dad. It is the best part of my life. I love it so much. And being a dad is an important job. And if you're a dad and you're working hard to give your kids a good life, there's nothing wrong with getting online every once in a while and posting a silly video or two. Sometimes you just gotta post on TikTok to take the edge off, baby. So here's to all the dads out there. I will toast my Dr. Pepper Zero to you. Clink. All right, well, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're new here and you're not subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe and turn on my notifications to join Greg. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.